To this day. To this day.
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Thaboxingvoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the body punches? When I was hitting him with body punches, and I heard him, actually he was crying in there. You were saying that Biggs was crying when you hit him? Yes. When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on.
Thaboxingvoice.com.
So that you knew you had him by that time. Absolutely, but I knew he was tough and they're taking those punches.
Quality Beyonce Productions.
Making women gestures like,
Let's go, champ.
Good morning, TBV, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. This is Border Wars Edition. Every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, we cover our Border Wars topic. We have our own little fight club, fight league, much like a bowling league. We have a fighters league where we get together and beat each other up. So if this does not call your attention, this is something you're not interested in, this is not your cup of tea, well then, it don't apply. Let it fly. Keep it moving. Come back for a live fight chat for one of these great fights this weekend a little later on today. In the meantime, let those that do enjoy Border Wars partake in it. We have a lot of announcements. We're 2 days left with the signups. So anyone looking to participate in Season 6 of Border Wars, you got 2 days left to register so that we can start the matchmaking process. July 15th was our deadline and registration date closing. I want to thank everyone that signed up. Quite a lot of new faces will be part of this particular Border Wars, which is great. And we just have so many announcements. We have to discuss Sanction Fees Title Shots, Champion Emeritus, injuries. We have to discuss all this on today's episode. I'm flying solo, so if you're enjoying what you're listening to, there's only a few of us that really partake in Border Wars, so you should be hitting that thumbs up. Maybe you're still in bed watching it on your TV. Grab that cell phone off your nightstand, hit the thumbs up, and help raise the visibility of your favorite podcast. So, where do I start first? I guess let's start with the Border Wars' newest favorite, maybe darling. Some might say hype job. Others might say the most skilled fighter on Border Wars. Anthony Queen City Cobra Edwards from Cincinnati is 2-0 in Border Wars and has a great resume. Eric Garcia from Canada, while it was his debut when he faced Anthony Edwards, it was a all-out knockdown, back and forth affair, with Anthony ultimately taking the win and having a highlight reel knockdown. You can check that out on patreon.com/Border Wars. patreon.com/Thaboxingvoice, and just click on the tag Border Wars and look for, I believe that's Border Wars 4 maybe, in Los Angeles, 2018, where Anthony starched Eric Garcia with a huge, I believe that was a right hand. It could have been a left hand because he is a southpaw, but it might have been the right hook that took Eric Garcia off his feet. Eric Cruz in the chat says, ain't no hype job. Really? I don't know, man. The streets are talking, and, they don't know. They don't know. People are saying that you struggle to make weight. People are saying that, Eric Garcia doesn't get credit for the knockdowns. I mean, we all know, I believe he knocked Anthony down twice. Only was credited for one. So, what can I tell you? But that's neither here nor there, because Anthony and someone else have announced a very high-level fight. And that's why we're leading with Anthony, because while it might have sounded like a bit of hate, I think I needed to come down that alley to make a right on Jealousy Avenue, because ever since Anthony Edwards, the Queen City Cobra, got the win over Eric Cruz, there's been an internal rift in Border Wars. And again, it's what I tell you, man. If you want to be in the know, you have to be in that Border Wars chat. So, after the win, Jose Loco Sands from Canada began the discrediting campaign of Anthony Edwards. How he beat a former sparring partner, because obviously Eric Garcia is from Canada and Jose Loco Sands is from Canada. And, Jose sparred once or twice, maybe even more, with Eric Garcia. Maybe he was his lead sparring partner. Doomsday is my sparring partner. Should I say some shit like that? Oh, you're fighting my sparring partner? Should I belittle the skills of Doomsday? Is Jose belittling the skills of Eric Garcia? Is he discrediting him just for his own advantage to make himself look better, right? Then Anthony goes on to have an explosive fight with Eric Cruz, another Border Wars favorite, a fight that, we wanted, we were excited about, and happy that it got made. And then the bitter Jose says, oh, you beat someone I whitewashed. All the judges see me winning. You beat my leftovers. So that jealousy turned into, what I can only characterize as stealing and dishonesty. It just turned Jose, in my opinion, into a different person. He likes to brag in our Border Wars chat how we know each other for 10 years. And it's like I said in that chat, in the 10 years that I've known Jose, he's never lied to me. He's never led me astray. He's never made a promise that he didn't keep. He's never been frugal. He's never treated me at all in the manner in which he's treating Anthony Edwards. He never treated me in the manner in which he treated Eric Cruz. And people might say, Ness, you're so dramatic. But the hashtag on these shows for quite some shows has been be a boxer. And if your goal is to be a boxer and get off that couch, get off that pointing the finger, How many of us sat here and said, someone could have thrown more punches, or he should have dipped that shot, and why didn't he use the uppercut? And the uppercut was there. So these men, these brave men that sign up to Border Wars, they're going in there for glory. And in boxing, the only accolades you can get are title shots. And Jose has been on an all-time high. Those titles have been heroin, because he is addicted. So I have to use the strongest, most dangerous drug out there in comparison to those titles. And right now, Jose is a heroin addict. He won't give back the titles. I mean, again, our 10-year relationship caused me to be a bit soft with Jose. We've given him multiple options. The first was not to fight in the last Border Wars. Allow Anthony and Eric Cruz the opportunity to fight for the vacant titles due to the champion being unable to successfully defend them. He was placed in emeritus status, no different than Sergio Martinez, Jorge Linares, Mikey Garcia. He agreed to this verbally and in text. And again, this is another side of Jose that I've never seen, the dishonest side, the side where we can't believe him anymore. You know, he agrees to these terms, then, like boxing, things shift, and all of a sudden, he's not sending the belts. And he feels it's unfair what's happening. So again, we come to him and you know, we try to come to some sort of resolution to this problem. And we give him another opportunity. We say, fine, go ahead, fight for your belts versus Anthony. He agrees and then backs out because he's not able to defend his belts versus Anthony. And this is the exact same reason why we started Border Wars, because these guys think they know so much that they're just stupid. How could you be champion emeritus but defend your belts? Did Sergio Martinez get stripped of the WBC, then defend it versus Chavez, or did he have to fight back for it? How about Linares when he was placed in emeritus status and Mikey fought, what's that guy's name? Zlatikanen for the WBC. Like, we have to use our brains. Google is our friend, you know? So because of his ignorance and lack of boxing knowledge, he felt that the Border Wars family was being unfair, unjust towards him, and that we were stripping him of his titles unlawfully, and that he was going to go on a, basically, you know, it was a little boy that took his ball and ran. So now it left Anthony, where we started this story, without the ability to win those titles, to have those two belts around his shoulders after what the public and the media are calling his best performance till date. He was robbed of that glory, robbed of those video moments, those highlights he could have placed on his IG and Facebook, sent to his relatives, the pictures that he would have had from that day. That's synonymous with a knockdown of Eric Cruz, a very popular and experienced fighter in Border Wars. So, Anthony's supposed to suck that up. We're just supposed to be okay with that. And Jose is still not sending the belts. So now Anthony is being robbed of yet another opportunity. Being the daredevil that he is, I have the pleasure of announcing his next bout, which is high level. But if you're a stupid boxing fan, you could easily get on your na boo boo shit and call Anthony or the winner of this fight a vacant champion, a paper champion. Like Mike likes to say. Me and Mike just had this argument with Danny Garcia facing Sean Porter for the vacant WBC. And I argued, come on, Mike. These two men are high level. How could you discredit them and give them the title of paper champion simply because the belt was vacant due to Thurman's injury, similar to Jose's injury? Jose was injured. His belts became vacant. Cruz and Ant fought for them, but Jose stole them and stole both those men the opportunity of having those belts present. But when there's rain, those showers bring flowers and sun. And out of all that darkness and garbage that is Jose, we have an exciting fight to announce. You know, I don't want to be biased. I am so excited for this fight, though. Like, I think this is as exciting in a fight announcement as that JD and Mitty fight was. And the beauty about this is that, again, the Daredevil in Anthony continues to say the right things. He's becoming more and more my Keith one-time Thurman of the Border Wars division. Why? Because he says if he's successful, he's about 1 or 2 fights away from taking on Coach Mitty. And that's what I want my champions to do, say, and how I want them to act. I don't want them to take belts hostage. I don't want them to lie repeatedly how they're going to send it to this guy and I'm going to mail it to Lauren in Seattle. And, oh, I said I would replace the belts. I didn't say I would send the money. And we have to be at the mercy of this Canadian Jose, which I might remind people like Mitty who continue not to vote this man out of our league. Let me remind you, he said we would have gloves and headgear for the last Border Wars. Let me remind you, he said he would send the belts, the last Border Wars, last minute, 3 days before, because he is irresponsible, chose to tell us it was too expensive for the delivery from Canada to the U.S. Well, obviously, you waited 72 hours before you had to deliver it. Only a rich man thinks like that. Everyone else would have sent that months ago. Snail mail, ground delivery. But we continue to make excuses for grown-ass men. You know, let's not forget that Anthony was scheduled to fight Sal, and Jose activated his champion emeritus status and said he was no longer injured and ruined that fight that we were excited for. Sal's so frustrated, he's gone. He's no longer in Border Wars. We didn't have to vote him out. He walked out because of what he considers to be unfair treatment. So again, when it's time to vote, use your minds. And listen, we've given Jose an opportunity, and that opportunity is still valid regardless of how the beginning of this show might sound. He could either mail the belts back or pay for new ones. But we are not at the mercy of Canadian Jose. We will not wait for him, and that's exactly why the title says Sanction and Fees and Title Shots. Anthony Queen City Cobra Edwards from Cincinnati will be taking on the Salvadorian, Texas-bred Marvin, the Tank Freeman, who is officially moving down from heavyweight. So again, Daredevil, Anthony Edwards, daring to be great, fighting the bigger man, continuing his journey to get these titles that he should have had. He shouldn't be in a vacant title opportunity. He should be defending, being able to call himself reigning champion after this win, if he's successful, because again, Marvin is no pushover. The questions become, how well can Marvin do dropping down in weight? Where is he in weight? Will he find the time to train? Marvin's MO has always been, I'm a third shift diesel mechanic. I don't have the time to train for certain fighters. But it looks to me from social media and his actions that this fight has motivated him. He is in the gym. He is working. And he is a puncher. He is an attacker, you know. Has Edwards been in the ring with someone like that? But instead of asking myself, let me head on out to my co-host who is here joining us. Hopefully I brought him up to speed slightly.
Dazn Production.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it.
Boxingvoice.com.
So when I stop him, y'all gonna say he was too weak. On my mic. He stayed out for 47. A man stand up for what he believes. believe in. And when you stand up for what you believe in, you accept whatever consequences come behind it.
Boxingvoice.com.
Yo, good morning, everybody out there in the TBV universe. Border Wars, man, shame on you, Jose. I didn't know all this was going on. I didn't know you didn't want to relinquish those belts or be champion and emeritus status. But I guess when you work that hard for them, you don't want to let them go without a fight. And maybe it's just Jose being Jose again. You know what I'm saying? Being the guy that stirs the pot that gets under guys' skins. Who knows?
Mike, look, I know it's your intro and it could be cool to stir the pot, but how am I robbing you of an opportunity to win the title? Like, it's cool to troll me, fight week, even if you have to, right? Don't send the belts off, but for me to actually make me go through a high-level fight where we both know that was a 50-50 fight, on paper, Cruz-Edwards was a 50-50 fight. His reward should be there. It's like you having your fight with Fogg and you know you won, but we say no, it's a no contest. How could we rob you of that glory? And how could the rest of us sit back and be okay with this? Rules are in place for reasons.
Yeah, and they should be enforced. I wasn't gonna say that everybody should be okay with it, but you guys know how Jose is. You know what I'm saying? He gets in his feelings sometimes, and he goes on a tangent. But yeah, man, I guess we're gonna have to figure out a way to get those belts back and let Ant and the guy who's fight for it. You know what I'm saying? Ant deserves to be a champion by now. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of strange things that has happened to Ant in Border Wars from Mario to Jose. A lot of things that he has to deal with. So
yo, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said, because I've never even looked at it from that perspective. Like, think about Ant's mentality and his character. What does that say about him? Signed up, fought Eric Garcia, back and forth fight. I still believe and still will campaign, regardless of how well he does, that Eric deserves to be credited for 2 knockdowns that fight, but Mitty's a shit ref. Better boxer than the ref. It's okay. But that was a back and forth fight. And then, he's supposed to fight Mario. Mario doesn't pull up. And then he's supposed to fight Sal. Sal doesn't fight. He's supposed to fight Jose. Jose gets a freak accident. Now he's supposed to fight Sal for the belts. He fights Sal. He don't get the belts. Now he's supposed to fight he's supposed to fight Eric Cruz for the belts. He don't get the belts. Now he's supposed to fight Sal. Still no belts. Jose pulls in. Oh, no, I want to fight you. Okay, I'll fight you. No, I pulled out. I'm injured. Really, I need an MRI now. No belts again. Like, Anthony's character is beyond questionable because he could have been walked and said, this is a fucking catastrophe. You guys are a bunch of fucking kids. I'm wasting money traveling from Cincinnati to Los Angeles, Cincinnati to Texas to New York. I'm doing my part. My body shows that I'm putting in the time in the gym. He could have walked on us. And Jose laughs this off, is what I'm saying. We have to value an Anthony Edwards the way we evaluate Eric Cruz and the Coach Mitty, continuing repeat Border Wars participants. We don't shit on them because we've become friendly, because now we consider them brothers. We can play this game. Again, this generation uses social media so much that I feel like Ant was robbed. He posted his fight with Cruz. So what's to tell me that he wouldn't have posted the pictures of him with the 2 titles strapped around his shoulders? But he was robbed of that. And we laugh it off. And it shouldn't be that way. If Jose doesn't get voted out because maybe you think that's harsh, that's fine. He should pay a fee. Which brings us to sanctioning fees. So that this doesn't happen again. So that no one has to get an assault charge whooping Jose's ass. We're going to let him keep his titles. Moving forward, he is not a champion. Those belts are in his house. If he ever brings them to Border Wars, no one got to get a charge because I'm going to take them shits from him. By force, if necessary. Ant don't got to get involved. Cruz don't got to get involved. I will take them belts. He will not strut at any Border Wars, any event where I am physically there with those belts. I will lift them from him because it is disrespectful what he did to those 2 fighters. That being said, we've come to the conclusion that we can just purchase new belts and move forward. And so that this doesn't happen again, Mike, Mitty and a few of us, myself, come to, this is what we think. Hypothetically, you and I are fighting for the WBC, let's say. If we're unifying, fees are more. But if we're fighting for the WBC, let's say we cap the belt at 200, right? Whatever the cost of the belt is. No extra money added for the house or for the fighters. The cost of the belt. Hypothetically, the belt costs 200. You and I are fighting for the belt. It was our idea that since you and I are fighting for the belt, I should have to put up 100. You should have to put up 100. Those are the sanctioning fees. Keep in mind, Deontay Wilder pays $40,000 every time he defends his title. So what happens with this 100 is, Mike, theoretically, if you beat me, you have the title now. My 100 is lost, but you have the title and your 100 is basically in a kitty, hypothetically, right? So now you can be Roy Jones. You can be Deontay Wilder. You can bet on yourself and say, you know what, Ness? Mitty wants to fight me. I'm going to defend my title, but I am not paying the sanctioning fee. I am not paying the $100 again because I believe I won't lose. So since I won't lose, I don't need to pay it because I will still have my title. If for whatever reason Mitty beats you and he paid his 100, he takes your title, you go home without a title, so which means you're obviously not a champion anymore, but you also don't have the title as a trophy in your house. All right? You follow me so far? You're not saying nothing. This is a audio as well as visual podcast.
Gotcha. Yep. Yes, sir.
All right. So now there's other. Okay. So basically, that's your only two options that you really need, right? It's like pay the sanctioning fee in case you lose. You still get to keep your title, and the new champion gets to buy a new title, right? Like we'll have with that sanctioning fee, we'll get him a title. So, or gamble on yourself, pay the fee one time to fight for it, never pay it again, and if you lose, you know you have bragging rights, but you don't have the title. And obviously, if it's a unification, it's a per title sanctioning fee the way that it is now. Because each title costs money. I don't know if I have any other ideas, but those seem to be the best. You know, outside of that, you know, Mitty did suggest adding something to the fee for the house. That's neither here nor there. Not necessary. But yeah, I think that that's the best option so that this doesn't happen again. You know, if you're going to run with the title, hey, you paid for it. You paid your sanctioning fee as the champion that lost. You know, that's what happens, you know. So hypothetically, Jemmy and Matt would have their fight. They both paid their 100, you know. Jemmy was the champion. Matt beats him. Matt takes all the pictures he wants, all the videos, all his post fights with the title. And just like real boxing, when the night's over, before he goes, he got to give that title back to Jemmy. Jemmy goes home crying, but he still got his title. Sanctioning bodies, TBV, contact Matt, get his sizing, and send him his new belt in the mail, just like the real deal. This way, we don't have to have what Jose did, because obviously, you know, he feels like, damn, now I can't even say I was ever a champion. No one will believe me. I don't have the belts. And I get it, but it's not condonable. Simple as that. So any other suggestions you want to add to these sanctioning fees or this title fiasco and how to stop it from happening again?
I mean, I think the idea that you and Mitty came up with is a pretty clever idea. If you're a champion, then you don't have to pay the sanction fees unless a guy wants to challenge you. Then they have to pay it, and the losers, you know what I'm saying? Then if you lose out, then you lose out. I think that's the best way to do it if these guys really going to have these belts and have it in their houses. So I'm for what you and Mitty proposed.
Yeah, man. I mean, it sounds like the best option. It is a tad bit expensive, but not really, right? Like, come on, are you ever gonna be able to buy a WBC belt for $100? You won't. Let alone a WBO or a WBA. It's always gonna be half the belt. So again, as a competitor, you're going in with a discount to get this belt. All you got to do is win to get that 50% off. Is win. Before we move on to anything else, I want to get your opinion, obviously, over the big fight announcement. Hopefully, that wasn't shadowed by Jose's, bullshit that we had to go through. But Anthony Edwards and Marvin the Tank Freeman will be fighting September 13th, bro. Now, this is the tricky thing, and I'm glad I remembered to talk about this on air. I got Mitty on the line. If you leave Mitty, you need to come back. I need your opinion because obviously the Border Wars family respect you as a semi-pro fighter and a coach, and, they just take your word, right? So my issue with this fight, because there is an issue with this fight, Anthony's like 170 pound, 180 pound. If he puts,
if Marvin is involved in anything, you got an issue with this fight.
And I know it's your job to do that, but hear me out first. So Marvin wants this fight. They've accepted this fight, but they're fighting at 195 pounds, Mike.
Maybe Anthony sees Marvin as a cherry, you know what I'm saying?
And that's fine. And that's fine. I'm glad you said that because you're right. Anthony, he can challenge himself. The only issue becomes those titles were 185-pound titles that Anthony Edwards was already fighting and winning, coming in lighter. Because as a fighter, you can be lighter than the weight. You just can't be heavier than the weight. So what happens if Marvin, the almost 20-pound fight, 20-pound heavier fighter, wins versus Ant? Are those titles, because there's an S at the end, right? The Ring magazine was available and the WBC because it was both of Jose titles. So now, are those belts at 195? And is he a 195-pound champion? Or are those belts at 185 and he was given a pardon for this one fight and his next defending fight must be at 185? This is something that needs to be discussed because, again, these men want a title shot. Now, if we can't come to an agreement, they can do what real boxing does, where this is a fight outside the sanctioning body and it's just a super fight where it's bigger than the belts. But again, because of what Jose did, there are no belts, right? He isn't a champion. He can't even say this is not for my title. This is just a big super fight. So I think he's on the line. I want Marvin to call in because this is something that needs to be discussed. Like, what's going to happen if Ant wins? Is Ant now taking on all comers at 195? Or is he still at 185 that continues to swell up with new fighters? That's my question. So
yeah, I don't think Marvin should be the champion if he wins because he didn't make the weight at 185. Like, now, if Marvin comes in at 184 and those guys fight, then yes, we can give him.
Well,
the
they
belt,
agreed. Anthony agreed.
It doesn't matter if you agree. Like, me and you can agree to fight.
Exactly.
And you're a heavyweight and I'm a cruiserweight. If you don't make the fucking cruiserweight limit, you don't get my belts if you beat me.
Listen, I'm glad you're saying it because, I go down as the neighborhood hater because I like to be honest. And all you're doing is being honest. Like, if Marvin wins, what happens now? But we'll take it to the streets and see what the public thinks. Again, we'll see what.
And if you want to be champion, what's 10 pounds?
I mean, what's 10 pounds? You say that, but you got to remember he's coming from heavyweight, and we're talking about 8 weeks today. Two days.
Marvin been coming from heavyweight since motherfucking shit a long time.
Yeah, get him, Mike, because they call me a hater. Get him, Mike.
I'm just saying what we all know. Marvin been saying that, hey, bro, I'm coming down, coming down, coming down. I wish we're waiting on you, big dog.
So wait a minute. So are you saying that your official stance is early to take an official stance, but are you saying that, if he ain't making 85, he shouldn't get the belts?
Exactly. If that's the division that we're doing.
And look, and he calls me his biggest hater. At least my option was what I said. They agreed to the 195, right? If he wins, he has to promise that his next fight, he defends at 185. This way, he gradually makes the weight. You know, he agreed to a super fight. We'll respect him. We'll pardon his weight because it was a high level. It is a high level fight. It's like Mikey moving up to fight Earl in a sense, except Ant doesn't want to be known as Mikey, I'm sure, but it's a high level fight that supersedes belts. And because he took on a dangerous fight, we'll give him the pardon and say your next fight, you got to make that 85 versus whoever you're fighting, or you're stripped. Or we can go straight boxing rules the way you're saying is that, homeboy, you ain't make 85. This is just a fight that ain't for no belts. But then Ant doesn't get belts either because remember, Jose stole him. Ant couldn't win him versus Cruz. So now he's just fighting a dangerous fight for no belts. He's under the impression he's fighting for belts.
If Ant don't make the weight, he don't get the belts either?
No. Oh, so you're saying only Ant could win him in this fight? Wow.
I'm saying that both guys coming at 185,
so basically you're saying this is a natural 185-pound fight. Marvin got to make the weight or he loses his opportunity to win him at the scales.
Yes, just like last week when the guy came in heavy on the scales. I believe he won the fight, but he didn't have a chance to win the belts. You know what I'm saying? Because he was heavy on the scales. Like, all I'm saying is if the fight is at 195, right? You can come in if you ain't at 185 just to be below the limit, so you can say, "Hey, I want to compete for the 185-pound belt." Now, if you lose, then we all know then that you lose the belts. But Marvin doesn't win them if he doesn't make the weight. I mean, you kind of rewarding the guy for not making the weight.
Joseph Rodriguez, our mastermind, and will be making his debut September 13th. Big Supermex taking on Santiago, the silent killer, says, dude, how many fights have been for belts that jumped around weight? Now we going to change it? So, again, Joseph, when you call in, what are you saying? That if Marvin wins, those belts deserve to be at 195? That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know, how the public feels about what this outcome would be. Mitty, I wanted to go to you first, obviously because of your expertise and experience, and to get your thoughts before allowing Marvin or Anthony on, just so they can hear what you have to say, what I had to say, and let it seep in, you know? Everyone doesn't know the rules of boxing, but Coach Mitty in the UK, what's going on, brother? Good morning, or afternoon for you. Mitty? Midday?
Coach Mitty.
Mitty, you did not unmute. Maybe you're busy. No problem. We'll go to the man that caused all these issues, the man that caused this problem. We're in this mud because of him, and he is going to come on and rant. And I do want to warn you, Jose, do not go on a lying tangent because I have the button, not you. So I can easily censor your bullshit lies the minute you start to lie. So please, try to stay on this call as long as possible. Be honest. Be the man that I've known for 10 years, not this new version that emerged in the last 60 months due to the jealousy that's just dripping off of you because you want to be Anthony Edwards. Not only do you admire him, but you're obsessed with him. I know it. I know jealousy. Jose, talk to
you
us.
are. Yo, good morning, Lester. Can you hear me, first of all? I just want to make sure my headpiece is good. Is it good?
You're good.
Yeah? Okay, good. First of all, good morning, Mike. Good morning. Yeah, you know what, Ness? I love it, man. Yes, jealousy of Matt Edwards. That's funny. Okay, anyway, let's get to the matter at hand. This has always been my problem with Border Wars. It's lack of consistency. Ness, did Eric Cruz not win the belt at 185 versus Angelo Huracan Habib and then fight Zach at heavyweight? Did I not fight that belt at 185 the first time and then fought Enrique afterwards? We set the weight at 195. The belt isn't prefixed at a set weight. The fight is, and the championship, the belt follows it, man. The champion gets to dictate where the belt goes as long as it's within a reason and it doesn't get hijacked. So, Ness, that's where you're wrong again, my friend. You're mistaken again. And once
I
again,
don't think I'm wrong.
the
I
rules
think
are not
that's
consistent.
Listen to me. I don't think I'm wrong. I think that you have to understand when some of these things happened, we were in an infancy stage where our pool of fighters was much smaller. So in order to entice new signups, just like networks, we needed belts. We needed to make type championship fights to have our audience, viewing audience, see the fight at a higher level. Not only that, but want to be that person, be inspired to be Cruz and Anthony to win these titles. So yes, there might have been some, just like now. You're saying that there's no consistency, but you're wrong, because we are allowing this fight with a 195-pound fighter, similar to when Enrique fought you and you were 185. So you see, again, you are wrong, not me. All I'm asking is, what do we do then? Is it now Marvin, 195-pound champ, and only 95-pound fighters can challenge him? What happens then? Do we continue to let this thing run wild and the champion say, I'm going to fight a 54 now with the same belts? Or do we take what you've done, use this as an opportunity to create the sanction and fee rule, buy more belts, give them to their respective divisions, make divisions so this just doesn't happen again? Or do we keep living in the chaos?
No. I think Marvin will be the first to admit that he's going to defend those belts at 185 afterwards. And if he doesn't, then he'll have to give them up. But this fight is at 195 for the belts, and then Marvin will make 185. And there's already a plan in place to do that.
Listen,
Marvin has every intention to fight at 185.
And that's all that I want. And you heard, you see, Mike, again, and that's why I'm glad he had his own opinion. And even though I felt it, I, being the nice guy, the nice commissioner, said, let's allow Marvin to fight for them at 195, but his next fight, he's got to defend at 85. I wasn't Mike who said he ain't make 185, he shouldn't win the belts. Only Ant could win them because that's real boxing rules. But you like to just make shit up as you go because it suits you, just like this. See, Mike wants us to stick to boxing traditional rules. I'm soft-hearted. I know that Marvin's a fucking third shift diesel mechanic. He's training at 2, 4 in the morning. He sends us footage of that. So I'm like, fuck it. He wants glory. What you robbed Anthony and Eric of. He wants glory. Let's put the titles on the line. Let's see if they'll buy my option instead of following the real rules. But you love chaos. This is what you want.
No, not at all. Not at all. And that's one other thing to set the thing straight here. I also said that I was going to buy belts for the next fight. So Anthony will be fighting for a belt.
You also
man.
said,
sure he will.
you also
Because,
said, excuse me, you also said that Cruz and Anthony would have fought for the belts. You also said that we were going to have matching headgear and gloves. You know, you want me to keep telling you what you also said?
Ness, I'm not going to, obviously I couldn't make it down, man. So like a week before I can't go.
Exactly.
So I'm not going to be able to
So because
spend
of your
like
irresponsibleness.
thousands of dollars in.
Yeah, so you said fuck everybody, So you said fuck everybody.
No, it's called an injury, Ness. How am I supposed to travel when I'm injured,
Jose,
bro? I can't do it. Right now, I'm out of this.
You robbed it. Look at how you flaunt those belts. You take pictures with Lennox. No, because you don't let this seep in. You don't think about this. You're out here taking pictures with fighters. You're out here telling the world you're a champion, but you robbed Anthony of doing that, and you don't care. It's fucking insane to me.
No,
you love the belt so much, but you can't think that another person would love them as much as you? Come on, bro. It's unfair what you did, and you have yet to apologize to them.
Listen to me, Ness. The only person that robbed anyone was you of me, because you know what? The fact that I got injured in boxing, that never happens where the champ gets immediately robbed of his belts like you did to me, because jealousy
You didn't get robbed. You didn't get robbed. You're a liar. You're a liar.
Ness, listen to me. Jealousy does exist, and the jealousy exists how I'm the only one that has the balls to fucking take those belts, and I made them famous, man. Because you don't have the guts to take your belts with you because you're afraid of what the people may think. Because it's not the belts that make the man.
Bro, what are you
the man
talking
that makes
about?
The belt.
When
I walk in everywhere,
when I knocked out Gus, we went to the restaurant. They mistake me for Deontay Wilder. Motherfucking Mike was there. Mike was there. So I don't know what you're talking about. I don't take my belt. My belt's in the trunk, nigga. I'm a champ. Y'all want me to retire? I will refuse to retire.
Take him to the restaurant. It's one thing to take him to the restaurant. It's one other thing to take him to the stadium, take him to the airport.
Sure,
I take
buddy.
him everywhere.
Yo,
it doesn't matter.
And that's exactly why you haven't let them go. That's exactly why you haven't let them go. You are not a champion. You are a fraud. You are a fraud. And you're trying to run around here with stolen belts. Those belts belong to Anthony Edwards. You should do like Riddick Bowe and throw them in the fucking trash because they're not valuable anymore.
No. My question to you is this, Ness, because you and I have fought the same amount of times. You have not defended one Border Wars. Are you gonna defend your belts this time again? What if you don't defend your belts? What are you gonna do? You just automatically get a free pass?
Brother, am I injured? Am I injured or am I available? And your fucking man is ducking me. You seen how many times I called and fucking texted him?
No, man.
Fuck out of here.
Ness, it's about one thing, man. It's about stopping. You got to stop making excuses as to why you don't have a fight. And as a champ, you got to make a fight happen, man. That's on you. If you don't have a fight, that's on you. You can't blame the rest of the people. Go grab a fucking ball
let's
off
not
the
waste time, all right?
Take the
Because
ball out
the listeners, their time is valuable, all right? So we are not going to waste time with your lies, all right? Because in Border Wars, we can't force anyone to fight. We've already said that. And on top of that, in Border Wars, you have to have a fight. That's why the sanction of the matchmaking fee is non-refundable. Why, Jose? Isn't that your rule? Tell the people now, because you want to paint me out to be this, I don't know, oh, you ain't making a fight. Why is the matchmaking fee non-refundable, Jose? Tell us. Tell us. Aren't you the vice president? Tell us.
Because
not everybody could get a fight. Because not everybody could get a fight. Don't fucking struggle to tell the truth.
We've never not had a person have a fight, but sometimes fights fall through. That's true. But we've never not told somebody, "Oh, sorry, Jim, you don't have a fight."
That's a lie. You get to keep your money.
That's not ever.
Hey, champ! Before you say not never, don't forget the Floridian that signed up, paid, and he was a very low weight class, and we had no one for him. Remember?
No, we always had, and then we said, let's go, and then he didn't.
Go through the sign-ups.
No, Ness.
All right, so what about Lauren? Lauren didn't sign up? Lauren didn't sign up?
Again, Ness, you like to throw the L word around, which is a lie, and you like to do that a lot, my friend. Lauren did sign up. Lauren did have a fight, but then Lauren didn't. Lauren showed up, and his fighter didn't show up. That's different. Lauren had a fight. Every single person that's ever subscribed or signed up, we've had the fight.
Bro, no. Don't lie. Listen. Listen. We're talking about the matchmaking fee being non-refundable because sometimes fighters don't get a fight. Lauren had a fight, right? And then his fighter pulled out way before Border Wars. And by way before, I mean at least two. Listen to me. And by way before, I only mean about maybe 2-3 weeks. Ahmed and his boy pulled out. Don't forget.
Wrong, Ness.
Oh my God.
Wrong. Not 2-3 weeks.
True, that is true.
3 days, Ness.
Mike.
Ahmed was supposed to fight Matt, and that's the only reason that I know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was 3 days, Ness, not 3 weeks, bro.
Well, we'll see.
We wouldn't have scrambled.
We wouldn't have scrambled. We'll see when Lauren calls. But the bottom line is not everyone gets a fight. That's just the bottom line. Not everyone gets a fight. How many Border Wars has Doomy not gotten up? Wait a minute, because you're trying to put me in this category that if I don't get a fight, what about Doomy? How many has he missed? Being available.
Yeah, Doomy doesn't have a belt, man.
Let me finish.
Doomy doesn't have a belt.
Again, like you said, the belts don't matter. It's the fight that matters.
Yes, they do. Of course they do. No, the belts matter.
You just said that. You just said that when you were talking about Eric. No, Anthony and Marvin. You said, "Yo, the belts follow the champion." No, you said the belts follow the champion. That's what you said. Come on, bro. You don't even remember the things you said.
That is absolutely true.
All right then.
I'm saying the belts do follow the champion. So the champion's allowed to make certain concessions if it makes sense.
And that's fine. The champion's allowed. The belts follow the champion, which means the champion's more important than the belts. The fighter is more important than the belts. Doomy is bigger than the belt. He's more popular than the belt. He's been to every single Border Wars waiting for a fight. When he's not there to fight, he's there to ref. But you want to paint me in a box, but don't put him in one. Why? He's being avoided.
No, because you know The difference is Doomy wants to fight, man. You don't want to, Ness. And
You're
you
a
have a
clown.
belt.
Jose,
Doomy doesn't.
Jose,
No,
listen.
you're hijacking the division,
If you don't say something that is valid, we'll move on. There's other callers. We can't waste time on your clownery. I mean, Anthony doesn't even want to talk to you, right?
All I do want to say is, all I do want to say is this, man. All I do want to say is this: that at the end of the day, I think the Marvin Anthony fight will be a great fight. On paper and reality, it'll be a good fight.
Isn't that what you said about Cruz and Anthony? Isn't that what you said about Cruz and Anthony? Then you want to discredit the Cruz and Anthony fight left and right and say how it's your leftovers? You're pathetic. You're nothing but a jealous man, a jealous, bitter man. You're jealous of Anthony. These were your exact words when they fought. This was your exact words. Oh, Eric and Anthony. I bet you Anthony won't fight Eric. I bet you Anthony. And when Anthony took the fight, then what did you say? You acted like you were the Joker. Ha ha ha! You did exactly what I wanted you to do. Now you guys got to fight. You didn't expect Anthony to do what he did. And he did what he did. And ever since then, you haven't laughed again. You haven't laughed again. You've just been bitter and mean and jealous. This was your plot. This was your idea, and it fucking blew up in your face. It blew up in your face. Don't lie.
How, Ness?
Because you thought. Listen to me. Listen to me. You thought. Listen to me. You thought that Anthony A wouldn't take the fight. Okay. B, you thought that if he did, Cruz would win, forcing Cruz to rematch you, which you already are confident of winning because you were able to tame him the last time. You didn't want the Anthony fight because you backed out of it, motherfucker. You had to fight. And you kept throwing shit at him. No, fight Cruz. Oh, my God. Oh, he beat Cruz. Fight Sal. Oh, my God. Now he wants to fight Sal. Oh, my God. They're going to take my belt. Oh, I'm injured. I'm injured. Motherfucker, you scared and jealous. You threw 3 fighters at him, Jose. Jose, you call me scared of Wayne. Hold on. You call me scared of Wayne? Have I thrown fighters at him? You throwing motherfuckers at him. You want roadblocks. Fight him, and then fight me. Fight him, and then fight me. Oh, you don't want to fight him? I'm taking my belts and running. I'm taking my belts. I'm taking my belts.
Yo, Ness, listen. You don't even let me talk.
Because you're a clown.
Clown. Ness, no. The reality is that,
brother, you know what? I'm not letting you talk. I'm not letting you talk. You know what? Your fucking legacy is always going to be what it is, okay? Enrique beat the shit out of you in the first fight, and you was dead. No, hold on, because you ain't watched those first fights. Enrique beat the shit out of Jose in the first fight, and he was dead fucking tired, and he cheated. Listen to me. He cheated, and it's in his DNA. His first fight, he cheated. He spit his mouthpiece out and started doing soccer.
Because he got a hit with a
wrong
shot,
fight.
right?
Wrong fight.
Oh, okay.
Wrong fight. See what I'm saying? First fight, he spit his mouthpiece out because Enrique was bringing that pain to him. Start playing soccer because that's what he do best. He plays soccer. That's how he injured his Achilles, allegedly, which is another lie. MRI. He said, I can't get an MRI. I can't get an MRI. He shows us all this Google shit talking about how Canadians can't get MRIs. All of a sudden, he's getting an MRI. But we still ain't see the MRI. Fucking liar. Okay?
Yeah, wait around,
so then, look, because he cheated with the soccer, in front of Kevin Cunningham, Broner's trainer, this motherfucker kicked around his mouthpiece like a fucking Pele, right? Isn't Pele a soccer player? So then we force him. We force him. We force him. My man's running around here acting like he was a champion that was stepping up to the plate like Anthony fucking Edwards, the Cobra, striking niggas. No, Anthony's stepping up. We was forcing you left and right. We forced you to rematch Enrique. And when Enrique rematched you, he pops you. You fucking do a backflip and quit. Okay? Then your next fight is Cruz, which we force you again. We force you again. There's audio and there's paper trail posts from votes and all shit about this, okay? We force you again. I'm not a hater. I saw you win, but not the rest of the public. I saw you win.
I saw it too.
Okay, and that's cool. Just like Canelo Lara or Canelo whoever, okay? I'm being honest. I saw him win. But we all know I like boxers, and Jose's a boxer. He was on the back foot, and I feel like he was making Cruz run into shit. But I'm only one person, and I'm not an official judge. So I ain't got nothing to do with that. So your whole resume is ridiculed with asterisks, bruh. You ain't never done. You ain't fucking Anthony Edwards with definitive wins, motherfucker, where his fighters don't even want to rematch him. You the nigga that everybody want to fight because you soft as baby shit. But anyway, Coach Mitty, talk to me.
Or he's more entertaining and everybody want a shot at him.
He ain't entertaining. Everybody want to knock him out.
Bro, he got you.
Everybody want to knock.
He got you going on a whole tangent. So he know what he's doing.
This is my job. That's why people here. They know I bring passion. I don't do anything half-ass. Anything. I want him to find his. I'm keeping it real. I told y'all, when the fighter's out there that makes me quit smoking, I'm going to quit smoking. I want him to fight. Find your fighter, Wayne, nigga. Find Wayne, because I'm in shape. Find fucking Wayne, nigga. Find him. Find him.
Have we heard from Wayne since the last shit?
Find him. I got a strength and conditioning coach. I'm in the gym. Find him.
Have we heard from Wayne, though?
I'm not you. Hell no. And he blocked me, Mike. He pussy. He pussy. And I promise you, if you find him, you going to see what a real build-up is. Nigga, I'm Dylan White, Wilder, fucking Clubber Lane, and Floyd all rolled in one.
On IG or like phone number?
He blocked me on his phone because he know. I'm like, champ, what happened, champ? I thought you was walking me the money. Look. This fucker right here, and this is what I'm saying about Jose.
Come on, bro.
This the shit. You talk about we got a friendship for 10 years, but this the pussy you back. A motherfucker that can't use Cash App all of a sudden. Can't use PayPal all of a sudden to pay them. He want to bring it to me personally. I'm still waiting. I got text saying, bro, I thought you was bringing the money. What's going on? Bro, is you still in? Let me know. I'm out here training. I don't want to waste my time. Ignore until all of a sudden they go from blue to green. What, you got an Android now, nigga?
You got an Android now.
No, he blocked me. That's what the fuck happened. Clown sauce.
Or you got bad service somewhere. Or you got bad service somewhere.
And clip the audio, nigga. Motivate him. Find him. I will stop his ass. Find him. Make me great. Make me great, nigga. Find him. If that's the one you think is going to do it, find him. Fuck you talking about? Coach Mitty, talk to me. What's up? You still at work? Because we're going to go to H Money. I mean, actually, we'll go to Anthony. Coach Mitty, 1, 2. Can't talk. He's at work. Anthony Edwards, talk to me. The Cobra.
What's good? I appreciate the slander of such a scoundrel as Jose. You know, that motherfucker is a scoundrel. First of all, he started off with a motherfucking lie. God, he's such a liar. He gonna tell, I couldn't travel because I was injured, hey? But yeah, and still on his Instagram, this motherfucker in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you was too injured then. Oh, I guess you healed now, but you need a surgery.
Be careful.
But you never got an MRI.
He's the master of mind game. He might have posted some shit from Florida from a while ago because he was there with us. Remember, and yesterday in the chat, we posted some shit from Florida too. Cruz did, so.
Okay.
He's the master of mind game. Maybe that's what it is. He's master of mind game, but what he can't front is that he was out here fucking doing whatever cowboys do at some Stampede weird-ass bars he be at. Come on, bro. He ain't injured.
90 seconds.
Yeah, he a real champ out there, man. But, yeah, man, Jose is Jose. So, I mean, you know my vote. Kick his little bitch ass out. And if he's to come back, then he has to prove himself to none other than, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, he ain't coming back, bro. He ain't coming back. Think about it. Think about it. Border Wars is only getting more and more dangerous. He ain't coming back.
Yeah.
60 seconds.
Yeah, he thought he was going to dance his way out of there. It's like, bro, come on. You ain't the only one that got beat. You think you're going to dance and jab at me? I'm going to knock your ass out in one. And he knows that.
Remember, his plan.
He absolutely knows that.
His plan was always to allegedly fight you, right? He had a multiple plan, right? Because one plan was, I'm gonna fight Cruz, then I'll fight some dude that never fought from Texas, and then he was gonna fight Matt as his last fight in Canada. Then he switched that up, right, and said, I'll fight Gil. First, I'll beat Cruz, because, he needed to beat Cruz to get that victory lap. So he was like, I'll beat Cruz, then I'll fight, who was it? Fugatti.
10 seconds.
I'll pay Fugatti $1,000 to
Oh,
fight
he's
him in
trying to
Canada.
fight for.
Remember? This is what I'm telling you. He don't sound
Yeah, I
like
remember
you.
that.
He
Yeah.
don't
He was
sound
trying to
like
get
you.
everybody
He
to
ain't
fight.
saying after I fight Marvin, I'm fighting Coach Mitty. I'm gonna end my career with like you saying the right things. This dude's a clown, bro. He's a clown. That's why the best thing that could happen,
Yeah.
sanctioning fees, we strip him. His titles mean nothing. His calls decrease, and he just disappears into oblivion because no one remembers a loser.
No, and that's exactly what he is. I agree. You know, let him fade to darkness. If you want to talk his shit, call in, motherfucker. But ain't nobody, you know, you know me, I'm not waiting for him. You know, my new nickname for him is just little bitch. Like he don't even got no name to me no more. It's just little bitch, because that's what he is. So he puts his grown man pants on and grows some motherfucking balls.
I agree with you on that statement only because and this is going to sound sexist, bro, but only a female holds something in for over a year, right? So this is what happened, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony and Jose make some bet that I know nothing about. A year goes by. Anthony beats Eric Garcia, then beats Eric Cruz. Jose gets jealous, obviously, and now all of a sudden Anthony's a snake. He owes me money. None of this came up when he was forcing Anthony to fight Cruz. None of this came up when he was forcing Anthony to fight Sal. It's only when he won. And now he sees that fight between he and Anthony is closer that he's getting nervous. So he's got to discredit Anthony. What is this? This is exactly what Pacquiao and Mayweather did to each other. One trying to discredit the other.
Yeah.
The only thing here, Anthony has nothing to hide.
Nope. You know, shit. It started off as like it was the Mayweather Thurman saga. Well, here you got to fight Errol Spence. Turns out that fight actually happened, and Errol Spence is looking for you. You know what I'm saying? That's what it really is.
That's exactly what he did. He did what Floyd did to Thurman. Floyd was like, oh, go fight Earl. Oh, you got to fight him. You know, my last two fights is Berto and Mayfield. That sounds like Jose. Sounds like Jose, except he don't got a Floyd resume. He ain't beat nobody.
Not at all. Nope.
He won't even rematch Cruz, but he beat somebody.
Yeah, he's scared of Cruz. Like I said, the only reason he won that fight because I was in his corner helping him, telling him what to do. Like, so, you know, he realizes that, his time is cut short, so he just wants to retire a champion, but he wants to put a whole lot of hoopla. He ain't stupid. He knows damn well who he can and who he can't beat. You know what I'm saying? So he knows.
He's clown sauce, man. He's clown. Let's get to the topic at hand, bro. Your fight announcement and we need your opinion. You know, we need your opinion over how you want those, like, you know, the whole title situation. You heard Mike's opinion. You heard Jose's. You heard mine's. What happens in this fight? Obviously, I know you're not thinking of losing, but if Marvin wins, are these titles at 195 now? What's this agreement you guys got going on?
I don't, you know, I don't, you know, I never really thought about that because it's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But in the unlikely event that it does, I mean, I guess at first I was thinking like, well, I guess it would be, you know, two titles in there, and then I was thinking like, well, if I won, maybe I'll keep the title at 95, maybe I'll keep the title at 85, and you know, and go from there. But what you said was like, okay, well, he plans on trying to get down to 85. If he, I guess, if he wins, then he could, I guess his next fight has got to be at 85. You know, like, well, you have to rematch me or something. But that ain't, like I said, that ain't gonna happen. He ain't gonna beat me. But yes, I mean, I guess if that was ever his goal, that makes sense. I like that idea. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, look, man. It's like Jose said. Look, for big fights, we make shit happen. So I'm of the mindset like if y'all give each other an opportunity, this fight is for 95. If he somehow happens to beat you, his next fight got to be at 85. You know.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Yeah.
Unless enough people vote.
Cool with that.
Unless enough people vote for him to be able to stay at it cruiserweight, which I don't know, man. I don't see everybody's doing that. But Talk to us about this fight, man. I mean, make it official. Obviously, I've announced it, but you're the fighter, man. How'd this happen, and why? Why Marvin?
Well, it was a fight that I figured, it'll probably happen at some point, but it again, like the Cruz fight, it happened much sooner than I anticipated. My long term goal going into to before the Cruz fight was, okay, like if I can't get Jose, shit, I guess I'll fight Cruz. Like, but I didn't plan to fight Cruz to the next border war. So Cruz fell on my plate. I took care of that. And then after that, I had planned to maybe, at some point get Jose if he wasn't being a little bitch. But, obviously that didn't happen. And then after I, beat the best guys at 85, 75, then I just go, maybe step up a weight class or step down a weight class. Because I could probably squeeze into 68 if I really, really, really wanted to, but then it's like, when I first started Border Wars, I was probably close to 200 pounds anyway. So, it wouldn't be, with my skill, I mean, it wouldn't, to me, it's not really a cheer because he's a bigger guy, but like, in my eyes, he's just a bigger version of Cruz. So I know how to handle that. But he's missing a few things that Cruz has that I have not seen him display. So it could be easier. I don't know. We could be looking at a stoppage.
I mean, I'm going to be honest, though. I think that watching Cruz develop, he became a bit more technical, right? Like, he didn't just come in. He would try to come in behind a jab in that Jose fight. But I think Marvin throws caution to the wind, champ. I think he's definitely a body attacker. And he's not going to be having to punch upward anymore, right? Like, he had to punch upward with Cantu twice. You're at his height now. And the smaller guy.
Yeah.
You don't think you're the smaller guy? You think you're just in shape? What is it?
I'm definitely smaller, but I'm faster and stronger. Might be, him stronger than me might be a stretch. I don't know if he's stronger than me. He might not be. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I never said he was
he
stronger.
might have more brute strength.
I never said he was strong because I don't know who's gonna be the bigger puncher. Obviously, you have pop. You know what I'm saying? Is it gonna affect the dude that's coming down though? Like, right? Like, is it gonna affect him because he's a bigger man? I mean, it's so many. This is a really, really interesting fight. Like, Marvin doesn't even know how he's gonna perform. Like, we talking about what, 20 pounds lighter for him because he's 214,
or
right?
30. Okay. So it would be 30 pounds lighter basically. But it could bode well for him, or he could be drained, or he might not make it at all. I told him, like, you can weigh what you want to weigh. Like, it doesn't really make a difference. You could be 214 a day. Shit, that might suit me. So, it doesn't really serve him any purpose to not make the weight. But at the end of the day, like, even if he did, I mean, skills pay the bills. So you can be, you could be in amazing shape, but that doesn't mean you're going to beat me.
So when's the last time you watched this fight? Be honest.
Oh, I just watched it last week. I watched it last fight here. Looking at a few things, picking up a few notes for when I start camp Monday. I just got done with a little run, so I'm back out here, doing my thing. It's summertime, and shit. Even to this day, I'm under 180, so it ain't like I ain't even gonna bother trying to put on muscle. It's just, I ain't got to worry about rehydrating and nothing like that. Catch me if you can. But like I said, he can, I've seen the style. He likes to come with it. But, hey, I know how to counter. So he can walk right into all these lefts and rights all he wants to. But at the end of the day, we might be looking at a stoppage, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, really?
We might be looking at a stoppage. Like I looked at a few things from our Cruz fight, and I was realizing, I really did step on the gas as much as I could have, because I think I had one plan in mind when I was fighting Cruz. Watch out for the counter and just pick my shots. Like, just pick them. You don't need to throw a lot of them. just pick him. And if he hits you, go get him back. And that's what I took in there with a few other little cues. And it could, that same formula will work against Marvin. But I know I'm going to have to throw more against Marvin because he ain't going to sit and wait. Cruz committed to being a counterpuncher. And he let me pick him apart. So if you let me stand there, I'm going to pick you apart no matter who you are. But if you think you can come get me, come get me. I still might pick you apart. If you want to stand toe-to-toe, stand there. I'm still going to pick you apart and you might fall. So he ain't got there's no advantages that he has over me.
So you don't see any danger in this fight. You just see this as a fight like the way I see Canelo versus Kovalev, where the danger is there because he's a bigger man who's perceived to be a knockout puncher, but Canelo is just too skilled for him. Is that how you're looking at it? Marvin's big, he's strong, but I'm just way better.
I look at it like Floyd looked at Canelo. He's younger than me. He's supposed to be stronger than me. He's the Latino's next coming. He's undefeated. He wants the belt. He thinks he's the champ. Can he be the new Golden Boy? Well, Floyd showed us skills pay the bills, so he can come in there, do what he got to do, and at the end of the day, put them 2 belts around his waist because they're coming back to the Queen City. You know what I mean?
For sure. Well,
but
listen,
he might have a tiny little something being at that, Cruz is a sparring partner, so he might give him a few cues. But like I said, I'm coming with something different this time, something new. So I'm out of the toolbox. So ain't nothing he can really game plan for. He ain't gonna know what it is.
Yeah. Well, Ant, let me get to some other callers. I think we might have him on the line. If not him, his promoter and stablemate. Let me double check that, get him properly introduced here. Mike, what's up, man? You good? Mike be lost, man. Mike, man, Mike, we might I forgot to announce that we might have a fight for your fighter, bro.
Okay.
Fogg might have another fight. Someone might sign up. Another paraplegic. I don't know the level T yet. I will find out, but he is 195.
That's what's up.
So
my iPhone fucked up, bro. I'm trying to figure out what the hell going on with this motherfucker.
What you mean?
The bitch cutting on to the Apple screen, then it'll cut back off.
Probably gotta do a hard reset, man, and
that's what I'm doing right now.
A restore. If you got it connected to your laptop. Let's go out to Marvin the Tank Freeman. Marvin, what's up, brother? Talk to us.
Good morning. How y'all doing? Good morning, Ness. Good morning, Mike. I'm excited. I just woke up. It was a long night. But,
Damn, Marvin, what's going on? Yo. Are you using the headphones or something?
Yeah, I'm on the headphones.
All right, just keep it away from your shirt because it's obviously touching your shirt, causing hella background right now.
You hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, man, I'm excited for this Ant fight. It's crazy. I don't even know how it happened. It was just like, man, I want Marvin there. So I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. When I was fighting heavyweight, I had already said after the Cantu fight that I wasn't going to fight heavyweight anymore, that my plan was to get to 185, period, no matter what. So, when I win those belts, that's the plan. I'm going to get to 195 right now. Just different 50 pounds. And I know it's been a couple years now, but, it's been rough, what I do for a living, whatnot. So slowly, we're getting there.
We've been discussing the whole titles and the fact that this is a catch weight. So what did you think was going to happen had you won? Do you plan on the title staying at 95 and sanction? Petitioning for that, or is your goal to win the belts and then your next fight be at 85? Because, it's just something that is unheard of.
Right. Yeah, like I said, my ultimate goal is to get to 195 with belts or no belts. Easily, I could have not fought at 195 and just wait for me to get to 185 and fight at 185. But from what it looks like, I don't think there's no challenges right now at 185. Really just Ant. You know, I'm not going to fight Cruz because he's my sparring partner, and Jose is out. So there's really no option there. Me missing the last Border Wars in Jersey, you know, I don't want to miss 2 in a row. So that was really not an option. It's either fight Ant or don't fight at all. But, yeah, the ultimate goal is to get to 185. And we're slowly trying to get there.
All right, so then at least you have the intentions of fighting at 85 in your next fight.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, that's my ultimate goal. That's
because,
what I want to get to.
We just wanted to get some clarity on that, on whether or not you would be defending them at 85. Like, hypothetically, if Jose came out of nowhere and put up collateral and was like, yo, I'm challenging you, do you accept, or you accept the voluntary defense versus Jose, is that going to be at 195 or is that going to be at 185?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, my ultimate goal is 185. I would love to get my shot at Jose. You know, we've had our ups and downs. So if I could get Jose ahead, I would love that, and I would take it. You know. So, I also want to comment too on what y'all was talking about for not fighting for the belts at 195. It's too much of a risk for me not getting the belts at 195 because I am undefeated. I mean, I did rematch Cantu, but at the end of the day, I am 2-0. And to take a fight with Ant, a big, skilled fight, a hard fight, and not get a reward from that is really pointless because there is nobody else in the 185 or 195 division. So it needs to be worth my while for me to take that fight. And, of course, 2 belts, it makes it worth it.
Yo, I haven't watched their fight in a while. I'm sitting here. I got it. I'm screen sharing just a little bit. You got good head movement, man. Good head movement. You know, watching it back, I seen you just avoid a lot of touch. But, yeah, man, it's high level, man. So I just wanted that clarity because I don't want, honestly, you know, any BS. Like, I want, if you win, you to get your opportunity to shine and vice versa. You know, I don't want people to be like, oh, well, he was 195. It ain't fair. I want everything to be out in the open now so that we know what's going on moving forward, bro. Damn. Yo, this is going to be an interesting fight. I haven't watched the Cantu rematch. I don't even think I ever watched it back. I'm watching it now while talking to you. Ooh, Ant, you're going to have some pressure on you. But Ant said he watched the fight and he's seen everything he need to see. I don't know. I mean, I guess you do tire out, Marvin, man. You got to train. I know you always blame your job, but listen, man, there's a lot of Buster Douglas had a job, you know. Rosado had a job. Like, you got to get on your A game.
Right. Yeah, and that's one thing that I'm not gonna lie. I did go back and rewatch the Cruz and Ant fight, and I know from being Cruz's sparring partner that he is the counterpuncher, you know. And if I can remember correctly, so is Garcia, Canadian Garcia, I believe is his name, and he is a counterpuncher as well. So Ant hasn't faced anybody like me. That's going to bring the pressure. That's not going to stop. Even if I'm tired, I'm still going to throw. When you hit me, I'm going to come back and hit you. You know what I mean? So be ready. Is you going to be able to throw those big left hooks or jib jabs off the back foot? Because I'm going to be coming all night. If I got to chase him, I'll chase him.
I hear you. Listen, you're Salvadorian, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. No, listen. It looks like from the 2 fights, it looks like you have that, you know, come forward style. And technically, you're pretty good. You know, you got a good straight jab. You know, you don't get wild like that. I feel like your punches don't come from like I don't know, down under. Like, I feel like Cruz winds up a little more than you. I've always called him wide. We'll see. Obviously, Cantu isn't bringing the fight to you either. He's a guy that likes to move and dance on his toes. So whenever you're tired, you get the opportunity to get a rest because Cantu is not a big, like, come forward guy. Ant seems to have more of a killer instinct. He seems to be the guy that if you're hurt, he might come get you.
Right, but also his two previous opponents were just standing there. And I'm not taking shots at Cruz, because Cruz is a good fighter, and he does always give me some good work. But Cruz doesn't really move as much as a boxer. He's more of a slugger. And I have both. I can slug. We can go toe-to-toe and fight. And like you've seen in the Cantu fight, I got the head movement. I'll move around. I can pivot around. And, of course, being 15, 20 pounds lighter, I'm just going to be faster.
Nah, man, you do pivot well and you do got good head movement, man. If you can get in shape. But, bro, you only lost a fucking pound, bro. You've been saying you 214 for a minute. Now you only 213? What's going on? You got 8 weeks.
Yeah, it's been kind of rough, man. Like I had told you, behind the scenes, I got some stuff going on with my family. And, I guess I got the clear to kind of announce it. I got a baby number 2 on the way.
Oh.
So I don't know. I don't know if that puts the pressure or that makes it just even more, makes it even harder.
Nah, I mean, luckily it's the early stages, right? So right now there's still not that many cravings and things like that for the wife where you have to be like waiting on her hand and foot right now. She's still small. She still could walk around, hopefully. But damn, that does put, that is, hey, Cruz is, Anthony's only smiling now, bro. That's just adding more shit to your, to your mind.
To my plate, exactly. Yeah, but I mean, it's all good. Like you said, it's the early stages. September's coming by quick. And, we're trying to get it in whenever we can. My girl's off today, so I'm right now at the gym trying to put the miles in, trying to watch the diet, drink a lot of water, all that. So hopefully, 195, we can make it. We'll be there. And I hope Ant's ready to fight because I'll be there ready to fight.
For sure, champ. Let me get to some other callers. But Marvin the Tank Freeman, thank you for calling in. Thank you for accepting the fight. And hopefully, you make Border Wars great with a great fight between Ant. I feel like it's going to be worthy. If you're tuning into us, if you're looking on the screen, that is Marvin the Tank Freeman in the ring right now with Aaron Cantu, the Can Man. This was a heavyweight fight. And Marvin is coming down to 195 to challenge Anthony. So hopefully, you guys want to catch this one. You can check it out on patreon.com/Thaboxingvoice. Click on that Border Wars tab and check out that full fight. You can see both Marvin fights and both Anthony fights and make your pick. Let's go out to Big Super Mex. Talk to me.
What's going on, Ness? What's going on, Mike? How y'all doing this morning?
All good, champ. How are you? How's your weight going and your debut?
Oh, man, it's going, man. I got to give my brother Matt props. He's been working real hard. He's been really kicking my ass in his cardio, getting me going, getting pad work with me, just going balls to the wall at this point. We're in full-fledged camp, so it's looking good. And, I came on here today really to talk my shit, man. I finally found something that I could pick at, to really help me get motivated for Santiago, man, because at the end of the day, he's a real cool guy, real respectable guy. I got a lot of respect for him. He's a real likable guy, so it's hard to get me in fight mode, but I think I found that.
All right, so don't leave us in suspense, champ. What is it that going to take you over the top?
Sorry about that. Well, so to me, Ness and Mike, I feel like this fight, I'm actually feel like I'm representing TBV. As I told you before, I went and got on my Shannon Briggs game, started hunting down Santiago, just to hear what he says here. Because he'll mention being in the gym and stuff. But in order to do that, I had to go listen to another show with and the more I listened to that show, it just pissed me off, man, because over there, you know, I'm not gonna give them the credit of the name. You know who they are. You know, you got a guy who took a loss and would never come back. You got a guy who wanted you to fly out his whole damn family just to fight you, Ness. You know what I mean? And then, you know, what I noticed is a lot of these other callers that used to be over here used to call with us. And then, you know what? I guess it was too much for them. They're punks. You know what I mean? They're punks. They can't handle the real. At TBV, we keep it real. We keep it gutter. You know what I mean? We ain't no punks over here. Ain't no softies over here. And a lot of those guys have stopped calling. You know what I mean? And I give Santiago props because he's the only one of those guys with any balls to come and get in the ring. But in the same sense, I feel like if he's representing them, and I'm representing TBV, so I can't let him come and get a win over me and take that back over there. I got to come in and show them that the only one of them that had any balls came over here and got his ass whooped, and to remind them that's the reason that they haven't come back. They're scary, and I can't respect none of them scary dudes. They're scared. Oh, the host over there cuts me off all the time, or he yells like they don't got a fucking voice to yell back. Ness, I've seen you give people plenty of time to debate with you, talk with you, and let their voice be heard. You just got to be a man about it and handle that. So that's what I'm using, man. I'm using I'm representing the TBV banner in this fight, and I don't want to let anybody down because I respect all my TBV brothers that sit there and call, that'll debate, that aren't afraid to let their opinion and let somebody else have another opinion.
For sure, champ. For sure. Rep that flag, baby. Bang, bang, TBV gang.
Definitely.
Yo,
exactly.
It's funny,
so,
man.
like
It
I
is
said,
what it is, bro. Listen, man. Hopefully they come back one day, man, and be part of Border Wars. That would be great, you know?
I would love for them to come back, man, but as of right now, the only guy, like I said, that got any balls out of them has to come take this ass whooping and take it back to them, let them know, yeah, they still savages over there. You know, nothing personal, but...
So,
you know,
are you going to make a statement, though? Are you going to make a statement, or are you going to stop Santiago, put him out of his misery, though? Like, because that's the thing. You know, we talk about boxing and line. We like, yo, if you ain't stopping the old man, he going to keep fighting. You got to stop these dudes. You know, people like, you shouldn't give Gerald Washington a fight. Well, make him not fight no more.
That's the thing. And I heard Santiago say the last time he called that, you know, a lot of people thought that they could hurt him and this and that. And I'm pretty sure he's a tough guy, but I'm a different beast, like I said, and I'm looking to, like I said, man, I got big plans, and they an average win ain't gonna help me get nowhere. I'm trying to build my name. I'm trying to be main event. I'm trying to be in title conversation. It all starts September 13th, and I'm gonna be the first man. If I can't get the stoppage, I'm gonna be the first person to put Santiago on his ass at least once in the fight.
Yo, that would be good because not even Chris Big Ass did that. You know, you got to watch that Chris fight too. But, he is a tough guy. You know, we forget about that Chris fight. I think that was like 2017 or something like that, or maybe 18.
That's
maybe
like
17.
His first fight, I believe.
Yeah. But that was a tough fight. You know, we didn't know Chris was that agile, bro. That was a big dude with a lot of weight that was light on his feet. And Santiago still hung in there, you know. And a lot of us gave Santiago like headgear issues. We wrote up a lot of that to that. He has shitty headgear for that fight. The headgear kept falling over his eyes.
Yeah.
It was shitty headgear for that fight.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of what happened to Matt in the first round of his fight. You know, the headgear just kept slipping and.
Yeah.
But that's the way around that is you hit somebody in the jaw and not the headgear. You know, that's what I'm coming for.
For
sure. A big wide body target and a big target right on the chin that I'm coming for. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I expect Santiago to come all out, but I just expect to get the better of him. I'm putting in the work to make sure I get the better of him. You know, you can't come on here and talk a big game and not back it up. You know what I mean? That's not how it works. And I wouldn't talk this way if I didn't feel confident that I was going to do that.
Nah, I hear you, man. Listen, statements, are meant to be made. Hopefully you can make one. And like you said, your Border Wars career takes off on the right foot, man. But don't leave without talking about your fighter, man. You said he was getting you ready and pushing you. It sounds like he's all in. The machine gun is on overdrive, or what? He's coaching and training.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me tell you something. I've never seen and Jimmy and H Money, they have done something that I think they're gonna regret doing, man. They really talked a lot, and they put Matt motivated. Matt, he really wanted that Danny rematch. You know what I mean? Obviously that couldn't work out. Danny's got business to take care of. Work is work. We understand. But we took the Jamie fight, and then Jamie acted like a real A-side. Tried to do a lot of shit, and we respected that. Hey, whatever, you won your fight. But the comparing him to Mikey Garcia, then he's trying to say he's a real Mexican and an all-blood affair, and then Matt wants to see what this guy's really about. And I'll tell you right now, Matt's motivated. Matt's been pushing it 2 times a day, plus helping me work out. Working his job, going straight to the gym, then going to work. Getting up in the morning straight to the gym. He's dieting. Matt is on pace.
He's doing the gym in the morning.
Matt is doing 2 a days. Gets up in the morning, goes to the gym. Then he goes to his job, works his shift, gets out of work, goes to the gym. So Jimmy, I know you keep talking about the cardio you got and all this and that, and you keep saying you hope Matt makes weight. Matt's about 15 pounds, maybe 10 pounds by now away from 168, Jimmy. So there ain't gonna be no excuse, buddy. And like I said, for Jim, in a rematch and a bounce back after Matt sparks that ass, I got this kid that cuts my grass that'll be great for Jimmy to bounce back with. He won't be too tough. Probably similar to the Castle Hill Gill fight. But let me give a shout out to H Money, who's still the best promoter in TBV. He's got this fight built up. Shout out to Marvin. Team Texas looking to roll out. We'll probably be out there together. And like we've been saying, man, Team Texas is looking to go out there undefeated. I'm trying to work out to get Chris taking on Colin. Hopefully we can get that finalized sometime this week. And like I said, Team Texas is looking at the 4 of us going, and we're looking to go 4-0.
Yeah, man, I'm screen sharing a bit of the Matt fight here. He was very patient at first, man. Ooh, goodbye.
Yeah, with Matt, I think a lot of that happened to his first fight, and
shit.
then when
damn, he got hit with that left and a straight right. That shit knocked the headgear off. Holy shit. I ain't go back and watch these fights, man. I ain't go back and watch these in a while. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get your brother on here.
Yeah,
Machine Gun, what up? I got you and your brother live, man. Talk to me. Machine Gun?
Yeah, let me walk back inside. Give me a second.
For sure. Damn. Yo, that was look. That was a standing 8, champ. Oh, shit. That was a standing 8 they gave you right there, champ.
All right, yo, what up? Good morning.
What up?
What up, man? Sitting here, fucking doing this regular yard work. Still getting out his fucking sweat in, though, in this Texas sun, I'll tell you that much. Ooh. But, yeah, like my brother said, I am in the gym quite a bit, man. This weight is coming up. I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling
Jemmy
way better.
in the chat killing you like, yo, your brother made excuses after he lost to a last minute.
Hey, it's all right, man. Let him think that.
Tell Jimmy to call in.
Don't type when you can Skype, baby. Don't type when you can Skype. You got all that time to type. You caught all that time at calling the H Money Show, calling the Boxing Voice. Get your voice out there on Border Wars. Let's go.
He said, dude in the white gloves, a last-minute replacement, so you all know.
Hey, dude in the white gloves was a real fight that actually hit back. You know, he ain't no old Castle Hill Gill. He ain't a bag. He ain't no fucking boy cutting the grass. I'll tell you that much.
So, yo, I love this fight too. Yo, I'm telling you, this is gonna be the best Border Wars, man. This is gonna be the best Border Wars. There's a lot going on this one, man.
Man, it's a whole big old thing, man. Look, and when I speak it, I say it, man. I'm really coming. I'm coming. This is gonna be this boy's real first fight. Me coming in at 168 is gonna be dangerous, man. It's a more in shape me.
How much you weigh right now? 8 weeks to go.
I mean, within 15 pounds, man. I'm not gonna give an exact number because I haven't stepped on the scale in a couple days.
That's good. 8 weeks, 15 pounds. You could do that shit super slow.
That's what I'm saying, man. But yeah, like my brother said, man, I'm in the gym in the morning. I go to work. I go where I can go work out with him, and then I hit the gym in the evenings, man.
Nice.
It's all about work. It's just like how they all say, man. All fights are won in the gym, So we gotta. I figure if I put in a better work rate in the gym, put in a better work rate in my sparring, it's gonna be nothing but wins here, man.
So have you had any sparring? Have you sparred since your fight?
I've sparred a few times.
Okay. And how's that been? How's that
been pretty
compared to the fight?
It's better. It's sparring comparing to fighting. It's a whole different feel. You know what I'm saying? Because you're sparring, like I be sparring with these big boys like last time, and it's kind of it's a different feel from like when I fought Danny. I know Danny's coming to win, but with the sparring, it's like it's all work. It's all trying to fine tune and get everything nice and tight.
For sure, but sounds to me like you're saying you don't have the same level of intensity in a sparring match that you do in the real fight.
Cause not right now. Cause I'm trying to like I said, I'm trying to get more of my mechanics down. I know they're coming. There is a session or two where it's coming with intensity to come get your head off. But I got to get my boxing craft down. Cause that's ultimately what's gonna win me this fight. And that's not only getting these punches off, but looking good while we're doing it.
For sure. So, what are you doing differently from the last camp, if anything?
More sparring for sure. Because with this first fight, that's all it really was, man. I'm telling you, it was the nerves. That's all it was. I was nervous. I've never been part of something like this on a stage like this. And it's just like after that first round, we was good to go. I definitely got some new gear. New gear coming in, gloves, headgear, all that stuff, making everything nice and better for myself, man.
What glove you chose? I'm actually in the market right now. I need to buy new gloves.
I got what Fit did for me was the Everlast Power Locks. What I got right now, those feel good for me right now.
Yeah, that's what I have now, and I feel like my thumb is too long for that thumb. I want to try the MX ones now. I want to get on my Maidana shit.
Yeah, because I was shopping out all that stuff here recently, man, just to be better, and then just putting in I'm putting in a lot of work, man, just a lot of work, because I really want this. I know I'm gonna get this, man. My ultimate goal, get this fight, get another fight, make my way to the belts, man. However it's gonna be properly done.
Damn, Jemmy said he just got a double N bag.
Cool, double N bag, don't hit back. Look at how the fucking landscaper put hands on him. That boy, when that Ness, look what I told you. You seen that footage. Boy don't hit back when he's getting hit. When he's truly getting hit, boy don't hit back.
If that's what you believe, you better not say it too loud, man. You don't want people working on the game plan. You giving it away.
I want that though, Ness. I want fight. I like fight. I want fight.
Yo, he's on Triple G. You heard him? I like fight. I want fight.
This is what we want. This is how we have it.
Shit. Rick Fulton says, what ounce gloves for Border Wars? We use 16s, champ. Matt, man, I want to keep you on longer, but it sounds like you're like on the road or under the basement. Like, what the fuck?
Nah, man, it's just I'm trying to get in that right room because there's a lot of noise going on in the outside and the windows is open and stuff and whatnot, man.
Yeah, I know.
I think honestly, I think that's my brother because I think he's got us both on. I can hear it too.
You ain't lying. Damn, I left your brother on thinking he was going to promote, and all he did was promote his background noise. But, bro, I'm excited for y'all fight, man, because you know what? I'm not going to front, Jemmy. I believe not what Matt's saying. I believe in what he's saying, right? Like, Gil isn't as tough a fight as Danny. You know what I mean? So the whole comparing Matt and how he performed in that fight versus you and how you performed in your fight, that don't work. That's what I was telling Mike before we had an argument. Even though we all use that triangle theory, fighter A, fighter B, beats fighter C. It don't really mean that shit. Like, just because Matt looked a certain way with Danny and you looked a certain way with Gil, we don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know what's gonna happen. But the fact that it's both y'all second fight, that's what's beautiful, because you got a little bit more experience now. You know a little bit more. You feel like you know what you need to do differently. And it's dope, man. I'm really excited that, Matt, you're going to be back. Machine Gun. I want to see technically what you guys worked on, you know. And I'm loving the confidence. And obviously the fact that you're the one building the fight, you know, outside of H Money. We haven't heard from Jemmy, man. And he's in the chat.
That's what I'm saying, man. He's in the chat. He called H Money Show. Where are you at on the Boxing Voice? You know, it takes so much for me to. That's all I want. I just want to hear. I just want to put a voice to a face to a name. That way, I know what it sounds like when he get beat.
He out there taking shots at Joseph, saying you the only one that make weight.
I'm telling you, man. Look. He say this now, but I put boys in the gym. Hell, I lost to Danny, but guess what? His ass got back in the gym and called me out. Hey, Danny acting like Danny the one lost, but he over here calling me out back in the gym. Come on now. We all know this, especially with the bad head, because I had the same gear that Santiago had, and I see he had the same problem. So I was like, cool, let's just ditch that and then fix that. That's that.
Yeah, I mean that wasn't your headgear.
No, that was mine, but it's the same brand, same style. Because what I was looking at with everything else is all Velcroed and it's got the top attached already. Mine it's all you gotta string it together on the top and on the back.
No. Mine's is like that too, and mine's is Everlast. USA Boxing approved with the string at the top. You just gotta tighten that string, so that it doesn't fall down. See, Santiago had no string the first time. Then he got this new headgear. And it worked better for him. It did. But, yeah, you got to tighten the string. I got the same one. I got the string at the top. But I want to get new sparring headgear. See, mine's is competition headgear. I want to get new sparring headgear so I could take some shots.
Yeah. But, yeah, man, it's just this like I said, man, I'm going to be here, win, lose, draw. I'm still going to be here. I'm going to keep coming in. I'm going to keep fighting because, like I said, my ultimate goal is to get my name in that title conversation. I'm originally fighting from 185 coming to 168, and I can be anywhere in between.
I love it, man. I love it. Listen, I know the machine gonna let them hands go. So, I'm just excited because it's two guys returning, which is obviously amazing, and I want to thank y'all both. But outside of the returning, it's the fact that you're returning, so you're gonna return with more skill, man. Everybody gets a little bit better when they come back, Rewatching Marvin's fight, I'm like, damn, motherfucker has some good head movement. I can't even front. I seen him do like two kind of Tyson-like lateral movements, then pivot under a cancel shot. I'm like, oh, shit, And imagine if he could just keep that
it's good
pace.
to see that, man.
Yeah, it is. It's good to see that you guys improve, bro. That shit fucking put a smile on my face.
From everybody's debut to everybody's next new fight, everybody seems to improve, and this is what it's about too. Just getting improved, getting better, getting in that gym,
and
getting
like
in
you
better
said,
shape.
Man, you started at 185. You're gonna be fighting now at 168.
And that's because from to get to 185, I started off 220.
I'm muting
so it's all about getting in shape.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when I started, I was like 278. Joseph started higher 350s. Everyone's losing weight. Even, Ant is the only motherfucker. Even Ant, though. Ant said he started at 200 too. Sal started like 214. Doomy was like 250 something. But, Matt, let me get to, I believe, Boxing Therapy. Talk to me. Fern Gully, what it do?
What's going on, fellas?
What up, Boxing Therapy?
I'm at work right now on the grind, just trying to get my little workout in on my break.
Bruh. Wait, aren't you the dude that sent in the jump rope?
Yeah, yep.
Man. Champ, all this time you hear me out here talking about how it ain't easy to jump rope. You make it look easy, bruh.
Well, I've been fooling around with that for like years. So I mean, it's just second nature to me now. But it's still hard for me to go 3 minutes straight.
Wow, you ain't look like it was hard, man. That was impressive. And I seen you on the bag, too. That was your bag work, right?
Yep, that was me. That was me.
You
I'll
don't
probably have
smoke.
some more on the mix.
You don't smoke nothing, huh?
No, I don't smoke shit. Nope,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
could
do
tell. I could tell. You was letting hands go on that bag. I'm like, wow, this dude's not going to let up. You kept just punching. I'm like, okay, he got stamina. Damn, you fighting Jordan Baker, right?
Yep.
Man, where's Jordan Baker? I never hear from this dude. When we gonna build this fight up?
I don't know. I've been trying to get him on the show. I know he showed his little jump rope footage, but I mean, I ain't seen nothing else of him.
Wait. What he sent? Jump rope?
Yeah, he just had some little bit of jump rope footage. It was like, 15, 30-second footage.
I'm gonna have to go back
but that's
through
all
the
I
chat.
think. Because when I saw his, I had to go through mine real quick.
Yeah, man. I mean, you was doing tricks and everything. Sheesh. All right, let me see who this. What's that right there? That look like a Ford. What's that? That's your burgundy car in the driveway? Just so I know who I'm looking at.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's me. Yep,
All right,
that's my pro.
All right, so I need to find the other. Oh, this. Oh yeah, Jordan Baker looked like Eric Cruz. I remember seeing his shit. He looked like a in shape Eric Cruz. Not that you ain't in shape, but he looked like a lean Eric Cruz. Have you seen it, Mike?
Yeah. I seen a little bit of it.
Yeah. Well. That's it. Both of you guys are in shape. I don't think neither one of y'all smoke, bro. Y'all gonna be. But yeah, your jump rope is better. But I mean, look, he doing it. That's all that's important. He thin, man. I ain't gonna say thin. He lean for sure. He ain't in no fat camp. Oh, okay. He doing high knees with it too. Yeah, he could jump rope better than me. So what's going on, man? Have you got to sparring though? Cause I ain't seen no ring in that gym.
I haven't, like I said, I went to the gym. I just started going to the gym this week. I haven't got a chance to spar yet. I was doing we was working more on mix combinations and stuff like that this week, and I was running up and down some hills. So yeah, I haven't got a chance to spar yet. Hopefully, I get to spar this week.
And have you ever sparred?
Yeah, I sparred a few times before. It was like maybe I want to say like 5-6 years ago. Last time I sparred.
2-minute rounds, 3-minute rounds.
I believe they were 3-minute rounds, but they felt like 10 minutes when I was in that ring. I was tired as shit.
And they were how many consistent? Was it 3 straight, 1 round?
It was like they had us rotating. Like we go in for like a round, they pull us out for a round, and I go in for 2 rounds, then they pull us out. So that's how they had it going.
Yeah. Nah, that's always good too, man. Cause it's it helps you build endurance. You go longer like that because the coach giving you a chance to rest. And where are you from?
Michigan.
Michigan. Okay. Damn. Ain't that where Floyd from? Floyd, Anthony Durrell.
Yeah.
You from Flint?
No, I'm from Wayne, Michigan.
Okay. So when did you get into boxing? Like watching it?
Watching it?
Yeah. Man, you on speaker or something? Boxing therapy? You killing us right now with that background noise. It's like keep coming in and out.
Hold on one second.
Mike over there watching football or some shit.
Can you hear me now?
Definitely. Mike over there watching football or some shit on his TV. Neck gonna break.
Yeah, but no, I remember the first fight I think I really remember watching was Roy Jones Jr. versus that was like the first fight I ever watched.
And what made you get in the ring? Because I'm telling you, I watched boxing for a long time. I ain't get in the ring till Porter made me get in there. I just looked at it like, yo, I got to do it because, it's going to help the brand. But I was never in that ring. I mean, actually, as a kid, I was, but nothing as an adult.
Yeah. I don't know what really got. I guess I just wanted to try it out. Just to see what it really was all about. So that's what really kind of just, especially now, because I'm just trying to get in much better shape. So I'm just trying to, let these people this ain't a joke doing this training, man. Getting in the ring, it ain't a joke. It ain't like going out and just, shooting some basketball or something.
And how old are you?
32.
And your opponent?
I actually don't know how old Jordan is. I don't know how old he is.
We are losing you now. I don't know if you're driving now or something, but we're kind of getting like.
No, I mean I'm at work, so I got stuff driving around in here and everything. So.
But yeah, man. After seeing you on the bag and on that jump rope, I'm kind of intrigued. I'm interested. I want to see more. I want to see, how those punches looking. I see stamina is what I see from the both of you, which is holy shit. It's going to be a lot of punches in that fight. Unless one of you guys are very skilled, right? Because when you're skilled, you're going to throw less and be more accurate. But, man, I'm excited, man. Definitely. See, this is exactly why we want y'all to submit footage. If anybody listening that's part of Border Wars or, plans on being part of, just send that stuff to me, landscape, so that I can re-upload it to Patreon because, it's cool. We're in the Border Wars chat, and that's who needs to see it. But we also want to build up the fight. Like, look, we talk about Ant every day and Jose every day. Jose's not even fucking fighting this. We need to be talking about boxing therapy and Jordan Baker. We need to know who the fuck Jordan Baker is. But now we know. He's the guy that looks like Cruz, or Cruz looks like him, bro. Jumping rope, he definitely looks like Cruz. We got to find out his nationality and everything.
Yeah. Only other thing I didn't know what, because I was trying to look for some more boxing gear, and I didn't even really know what kind to really get this good stuff.
Well, bro, we're in the same boat, you and I. It's been 2 years since I bought anything, and my gloves are tore up, bro. I hit the bag, little cushions starting to fall out that motherfucker. It's time. Like, the inner lining gets caught in my fingers because it's ripped up. I went with Everlast because they was giving me 50% off, Okay. I want to go with Everlast again because of that. I just don't know if I'm going to get 50% off again. If I cannot, I am going to compare pricing, right? Like, I know for a fact the gloves I want are like almost $200. That's why I'm waiting to see what Everlast is going to do because them MX is like $179, I think. So I definitely rather pay half for them MX. I don't want power locks again because I feel like my power locks damaged. Not because they bad. I just obviously I'm not a fighter, so I didn't think about getting bag gloves and sparring gloves. But at some point, you need to do that. Your bag gloves. First of all, bag gloves are designed completely different from sparring gloves. So
yeah, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So for what that's just one reason that you should do it because when you're hitting the bag, you're hitting harder, so you want better protection. Obviously, we can't do that because of finances. But if you can, then you should because you're just damaging your sparring gloves now, breaking them down on a heavy bag. Now you can damage your hand in sparring. That's why all professional fighters, most, use winning and rival in sparring. Deontay Wilder uses Everlast, but he's also sponsored by Everlast. They give him everything, So it could be he could either like it or like that he's getting it for free. So it's different. But most fighters, high level, even low level, got winnings. No one's taking chances with their money makers because they money makers. So if you could afford $400 gloves, get winning. But remember, don't spend $400 and then use those gloves as multi-purpose gloves because they are not. Winnings are for sparring. Then you got to go on their website and get the right winnings for sparring and the right winnings for heavy bags. Just like Rival and Everlast, they got bag gloves, because you could if you could afford it, again, let's act like we all in a world where it doesn't cost anything. You want 20-ounce bag gloves because you're going to fight in 16 ounces. Keith One-Time Thurman spars in 20s and does bag work in 20s. So, it's all about your level of how much you want to push yourself and where your bank is. What do you, how much are you going to be doing this? See, I ended up loving it. I go at least 3 times a week to the gym with or without a fight. If they let me spar, I spar. I like it. Like, I like it, So, I'm going to try now to invest in a different set of gloves for sparring and for bag because you can't use them both. Like, if you broke, you got to do it. I did it, right?
Right.
But you just taking life out of your glove. That's all you're doing. If you had 2 different pair, it'll probably if I had 2 different pair, I would have probably got more than 2 years usage out of my gloves. Like, I could still buy a set of sparring and only use them for sparring and keep using my Everlast just for the bag until they die even more, and then buy new bag gloves because I'm broke. Like, break it down, but I recommend 2 if you could get them, whether it's 1 this year, 1 next year, but you should have 2 because you're breaking them down. But the good brands, Rival, Winning is at the top. And you can Google search this too. I've done it myself because, again, gloves are expensive and I don't want to spend all that. So I'm like, damn, why Title is like $60 or these Everlasts are only like $59. You got to research the gloves, man, and know what it is that you want to get out of them, You could take a chance on some $50 gloves if you got health insurance, I guess.
No, I'm gonna definitely go for some more expensive gloves though, because I usually just like I said, I'm messing around with like Everlast right now.
Remember, you're not a professional either. Are you banging like that you gonna throw a shot and break your hand on somebody's face who got headgear, who got gloves, or are you gonna throw a shot and break your hand or fracture your hand on a bag? I will say this, Border Wars fighter, and last time he fought, which is almost 2 years now, he was pound for pound, Fern Gully. He keeps re-injuring his hand. He's actually in the chat now. He keeps re-injuring his hand, and he's got Reyes gloves. He's got the whole Reyes setup. Fucking the which is, Mike, I can't think of this word. What's this shit? The robe. He got the robe, the shorts, the headgear that Sean Porter got with the bar. He's my man, so I call it bitch bar. I don't fuck with that bitch bar, but he got that and the gloves, but he still injured his hand, and he was supposed to fight Lauren this season, and he's not able to fight because he re-injured his knuckle. And Reyes gloves are expensive as fuck. But
hey, Ness, I ain't trying to cut you off, man, but
no problem, man. I'll keep telling the world, man, because the gloves are important. It's like I said, I even had to go through Winning knuckle guards. You want to protect your hands, man. But Mike, man, how'd your phone make out?
I got to fly, man. Got to go to the fucking Apple store.
Oh man. What's going on? Well, then let's go ahead and end it. Let Mike get to that, and we'll be back. Hopefully, we're here with a fight chat, man. What time is Dubois? You gonna make it? You gonna be around for Dubois?
Yeah, we got Joyce and we got Brian Jennings, and then we got Dubois, and then we got Gorman.
What time are those starting?
The card starts at 2:45 on ESPN.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
But those big guys probably won't be in the ring. I know Joe Joyce and them and Brian Jennings are the co-main event. Mm-hmm. So they'll be in the ring about 4:30. It's 5 o'clock, and then Dubois and Gorman will be followed behind them.
All right, well, ladies and gents, peace out. Don't forget, registration's 2 days left. July 15th, last day you can sign up. And fight day, September 13th. We are actually letting people in, so make sure you're tuned in. Stick around, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Check us out on patreon.com/Thaboxingvoice so you can find out further information on how you can have your loved ones be in attendance for your big fight and or be part of the event by coming to the big fights. Yeah, I am Nestor Gibbs, NestGTO, Instagram, and Randy. Look at Randy. Randy, why you gonna call in last minute? Call in. I mean, the phone lines is down. You have to Skype. So if you don't have Skype, then you're out. But if you don't have Skype, at least type that you got the time off of work so that you could finally fight Doomsday.
Gross1911 on IG and Gross2312 on Twitter. Sorry, guys, I got to bounce.
Gross got to go. Randy, you late like always. I gotta go. But you are in touch with Lauren, man. Let's make Border Wars great. Make that fight. You've been calling out Doomsday for 3 years. Make that fight. We out.